Okay, so hi. I keep trying to find the perfect angle for this camera, for my iPad, and really good lighting. But a major theme with me is work with what you have. Um, the, my videos aren't shiny, they're not beautiful, they're not professionally made, or it's just us drawing, and that's the point anyway, is that we're just drawing together. And tonight we're going to draw Bugsy's house. What I've been trying to do is build the village in different videos. We've done what will be the village in different videos. Anyway, we've been building parts of the village, Scooter Town. We've done some bushes. I want to make some trees eventually. We just made Jack's house. We've made Max's childhood home, the teacup. The teapot with the sugar bowl on top. We didn't make the teacups, which are actually an annex of the house. We haven't done that, but we're not going to worry about it. Tonight we're going to focus on somebody we haven't before. Really, not a lot. We've done a little bit of him, but not a lot. We're going to focus on Bugsy and Bugsy's house, because I think it just would be fun to do. Excuse me. I haven't really drawn him in 3D form, so this will be interesting. But I want to be able to keep it about the same, within the same size of the other homes. So when they're all put together, it makes sense. I know we've done Bugsy for one project. It was for the Mother's Day project. And this is really what Bugsy looks like. For the Mother's Day project, he came out a little funky. We're just going to ignore that and move on. Bugsy is a dog. Bugsy is named after my dog Bugsy, who looks kind of like this. He looked more like this when he was a puppy. But as he got older, his lower jaw started to stick out, and he has teeth that come out. He's got a very prominent underbite. He just turned 15 on the 19th of March, so he's a little bit older, but he still kind of is like this, only with teeth that stick out. So we're going to draw his house tonight, and I wanted to show you something. My mail lady made this for me, a little origami bird, because I hang my paintings out, or I did during the COVID-13 days, and I really wanted to do it for her because she's so nice. So I tried to make sure there was artwork out for her, so she gave me that as a present. Anyway, let's get to work on Bugsy's house, which is a boat. It's a little boat. That's how Bugsy gets in. And then there's an upper area as well. He pretty much stays right down here. When I've drawn the inside of the house, he's got cushions down and blankets. He's got supplies over here, but then he's got an upper level, which I'm not sure he uses very much, but I made it anyway. And I wanted to make it so he could come out and stand on the ship and, survey the land. My Bugsy happened to love the ocean. We don't live near the ocean anymore, but when we would go hiking, he would run and swim out to kayaks and hop on them. It was pretty funny. Anyway, let's get to work on Bugsy's ship, and we're going to draw it at an angle. So it's going to be one curve. The front of it will be like that, like on a regular boat, a curve. And for the bottom, there's another curve. I don't like this pencil. There'll be another curve this way. We're going to have a curve kind of sticking up this way. That'll be the side of the boat in our illustration. The back of the boat. Another curve. So we've just got one of those funny little squares or rectangles that we're making, really. This is not sharp. I can't find my yellow pencil. It's bothering me. I love my yellow pencil. Anyway, well, this is a mess. Okay, back to the green pencil. Anyway, let's do this. We're making a really odd-shaped rectangle. Like that. Think Noah's Ark. We're probably going to bring this down a little bit because that's very, very high. Another line for another wood, another piece of wood. This is actually the front. This is where it would, the boat would cut through water. It's right here. And then we're going to draw the house shape that's on top of the boat. So a line down that way, right there. It's a box, but we're drawing it at an angle. Almost like we're looking up at it. Okay. Line here, indicating the side of the house. Then we're going to determine where the roof is. So we'll put that line right in the middle. Just like when you're drawing somebody's face. They get a line in the middle so you can determine where the nose, the eyes, and the mouth are. Roof. Yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend, so you'll probably hear firecrackers going off. See that? Now remember, when I draw things, sometimes they don't come out right the first time, so we have to do it again. And that's okay. There's the back of the roof. See those lines? They should be running at the same angle, or roughly the same angle. Okay? Bottom of the roof. Bottom of the roof. Make those lines meet. Yeah, we're probably going to have to redo that because they're not at the right angle, not running with the boat. So let's go down this way. And we're not going to worry about it too much. We can always fix it. Not a big deal. We're going to draw the wood frame. Oh, wait a minute. The inside of the roof. That line is the inside of the roof. So we've got a little overhang there. The roof has an overhang over the roof, over the house. We're going to draw the frame. So these, we're going to draw a second set of lines within these lines and outside these lines that indicate wood frame. See what I'm doing? This is actually the corner. This is going to be set more, this is at the front of the house, and this is for the back of the house. It's a piece of wood. Same thing on the back. Second piece of wood, or a second line rather. Okay, now we're going to draw what I think will be a door. I originally drew it as a window, but it's a door. So it's two lines coming down this way, and then an arch. And we want to draw the little door so Bugsy can go out if he wants to. So we got that, we've got that, and then we've got to put, kind of angle. We're going to re-angle that boat a little bit, but right now I've just drawn that line down there. Okay? I hope you can see this. It seems to be a little dark. Let's see if I can play with light. Okay. I'm going to check this because the boat doesn't feel right to me. When I was a kid, when I was in 5th grade, I did my favoriteest project ever. It was a gigantic book. Yeah, this is a weird angle, about the houses of Cape Cod, the different types of houses. And that's where I became interested in drawing and possibly being an architect. Okay, we're going to stick with this. It's kind of funky. It's not quite right. Oh, I know why. That line is too high. So I originally had a line up here, and it was turning the house this way, so I just lowered it a little bit, okay? I'm going to re-angle that inside line right there. Re-angled this one just a tiny bit. We had it this way, so I pulled it this way, lowered that. We're gonna, anyway, I wanted to be an architect because of it, and I ended up being the first girl in my school district to take drafting. All right, we've got another piece of wood on the roof that's going to hold down the tar and protect the house. So we're drawing the second line there. And that wood's going to come out just a tiny bit, so I drew another line way out there. And we're going to deal with a lot of this with our pen work. So this is just to give us an idea. We're going to draw some lines going down the roof. Okay. Those will be the shingles, but we're going to have tar shingles. We're going to keep this pretty simple. We're going to have tar shingles, and we're going to indicate them with circles. We're going to indicate that it's wood. Okay. Oh, and then we have to draw the wood on the boat. So a second line below our first line, second line coming down. You see how the boat is kind of curved? That's giving us perspective. That's giving us perspective over here. We've got a second line down this way, second line down that way. And it's helping to reinforce the perspective. I think we better put the main door in the house, though. So just one line down that way. Okay. And a second line down here. This is total fantasy. The door can go anywhere you want. I'm just putting it here. And I love a curved and arched door. I love arched windows and arched doors. They just feel so friendly. So I connected the two lines. And we're going to add a second set of lines, and that'll be the frame around the door. So two lines coming down, and then another line going around the door. In some doors we have windows, but I think we're just going to give Bugsy a wood door. So we're going to draw lines within the frame. This is the frame of the door. We're going to draw lines within the frame, indicating wood planks. They can be different sizes. It doesn't matter. Okay? Now we have to give him a doorknob. Not like a dog can really use a doorknob, but we're going to make it very low so Bugsy can reach it. Okay? It's just a circle for the doorknob. And we need to put wood planks this way on the boat so we can show people it's made of wood. Don't forget, this is drawn in perspective. It's a little bit of perspective, so the lines are going to come this way. I don't know if that made any sense. Some of the wood will be, what I meant was, some of the wood will be a little bit wider here and thinner down here, and that'll tell us that we're looking at it in perspective. That line probably shouldn't be there. That line going that way, I am not going to worry about it at all. And then we're going to take these lines and bring them around to the side of our boat. We're going to mirror. See what I'm doing? See, taking that line, moving it over here, mirroring it on the other side. Okay, so now we've got our boat. It kind of looks like Noah's Ark. Let's grab our big fat pen and be careful. Remember to put something underneath so you don't get marks on your table. I now have marks on my drawing table because I didn't have enough protection underneath. So let's go ahead and draw. I'm going to start with the house. And now because this is tar on the roof, it's going to be a little bumpy. But let's get that first. Let's get that piece of wood on the roof. Okay. That's the piece of wood. That's the pitch of the roof. And it's going to be covering the tar. And the tar, like I said, it's going to be a little lumpy. So I'm drawing the outside of it like this. A little wavy, just a little bit. Or we'll be echoing the same thing over here. First, we're going to draw our lines for the tar roof. Oops. I kind of messed it up. Oh well. I messed these lines up. It's okay. So I'm going to make these a little wavy. You see? It's a little bit wavy. And that's a little bit wavy. Okay, let's draw the frame. 2 lines. Next frame is 3 lines. Just like that. Next frame, piece of frame, right there. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't draw the wood there. Let's grab our pencil one more time. Let's hope I do a better job on that wood. On the siding. There, I drew the siding. Okay, let's draw that with pen. Don't forget, your lines don't have to be perfect. They don't even have to connect. We can have dots and dashes, just like everything else. All right, I'm going to draw the inside of the roof. Where the overhang is, right there. I'm going to draw the door. I should have made this with dots and dashes, but I got nervous while I was drawing my lines. So I'm just going to add a little bit to them. Right. So there we are. We've got the house on top of the boat. Let's take on this big line because it's very large and it makes me very nervous. Even though I shouldn't worry because this is just a fun project, it still makes me nervous. So I'm going to take on the next piece of wood and see what I'm doing? Breaking it up. So it's not one big line. Okay. Why don't we tackle this side, the other side of the boat? And then let's tackle this little doodad. So there are 3 lines making up that piece of wood. In front of the boat. There's 1, 2, 3 lines. I'm going to take on the one in the middle. Okay, did it. And I take on another one. Did it. And take on this last one. Did it. So I've got 1, 2, 3 lines. Now I'm going to draw the top of the wood. There we go. I have to do this now. I have to turn my paper upside down. I'm going to take on these big lines. It's nice to sketch them in, and you have an idea of where you're going. And don't worry about it too much. I still like to have an idea. Got the bottom of the boat. All right, I've driven all the drawn in all the planks of wood using dots and dashes like Morse code. And unlike this, where I tried to do straight lines, this looks kind of perfect because the lines are imperfect. If I had been doing dots and dashes up here, it would have come out better. Going to do the planks of wood on the other side. Going right down. Right down. Okay. Now let's see. I'm going to draw the outside, and I'm not going to make it one big even line because these are individual pieces of wood. So as I'm drawing the outside, drawing them as individual pieces of wood. See? Going to do the same thing on the back of the boat. As individual pieces of wood. Okay, now we're going to tackle the bottom of the boat. And I think the bottom of the boat, it's sitting on grass, so we're going to draw, we're going to do this with dots and dashes, and lines coming up like that because it's grassy. Like that. Just lines. You can put a few more there if you like, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to tackle the door. So I'm going to do the outside of the frame. Again, not trying to draw perfect straight lines because I can't. I would need a ruler and I would need to have equipment, and we're just freehanding this. So let's use dots and dashes. Draw with the side of the pen, sometimes draw with the point. But if you keep your lines a little uneven, a little mysterious, it comes out pretty perfect in the end. I'm going to draw the doorknob. Just a circle, and then the wood on the door. What we're doing is fooling the eye into believing what we're drawing is a version of perfect. There we go. With the imperfections, it becomes perfect. Again, just kind of wiggly lines on the bottom. Okay. Now I forgot to put wood in here. I forgot to put wood planks on the front of the house. And we're going to draw these, sorry, I apologize for that. We're going to draw them at an angle because, well, the boat's headed that way. The perspective is that way down on the side. On the front of the house, it's going to be headed in another direction. It's going to be headed in this direction, if you can see this line, for perspective. So we're going to draw, ooh, I forgot the frame of that door. Yeah, we'll leave it. It's okay. So the line starts off, pardon me, the line starts off at an angle here, angle, then it starts re-angling, kind of becoming a little bit straighter as we go down. Don't worry about it too much though. Let's grab our big fat pen again. Now I really should have drawn a frame around that door, but I'm not going to worry about it. Because it's a cartoon. It's not real. So there we go. There's the front of the house. Well, let's see, do we want to give a detail to that window or that door? Maybe we want to have some sunlight coming in. Otherwise his house will be very dark because I haven't put any windows in. But maybe he has a skylight somewhere. And that's allowing light in. But I tell you what, why don't we draw a circle or a slight oval up here? And that'll be his window. I actually probably should have windows everywhere, but I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so there's his door, and to go out on the balcony, he's going to need a doorknob, so we'll give him a doorknob right there. Okay. I'm going to let you look at this for a sec. All right, now let's grab our smaller pen, because we're going to do the, we're going to work on the tar roof. We can't have just all lights, even though this could be a coloring project. We've got to have some darks. And we want to indicate exactly what we're thinking here, exactly what's going on, or exactly what we want to have going on. So what I do for tar is just a bunch of circles, like that. And when we're all done filling in the tar, it should look like this. Okay. So circles, in big circles, little circles, medium circles, just circles, all touching each other like a bubble bath. See where I'm going? Sometimes I'll do this. I'll do bigger circles and make sure that they're not even and they're not sitting in a row. Now, other times I'll just kind of wing it. See, I just drew bunches of big circles. I'll draw smaller circles. This part does take a little bit of time. But when we're done, it's really cool. I'm still drawing big circles, medium circles, tiny circles. And I'll tell you about Bugsy. Bugsy in my book, just like Bugsy in my life, is the great neutral. He is Switzerland. He is kind, he listens. See? There's the tar. It's just circles. He's kind, he listens, he is devoted, he is loyal. He doesn't antagonize, he just wants to share love and share himself, just like any little dog does. But in the stories, he's not really, he doesn't start fights, he doesn't pick at people or pick at other characters. He's not controlling. He's just Bugsy. His best friend is actually his frenemy, Joel the squirrel. And Joel and he go on adventures, but they also pretend sometimes to not like each other. And so they'll chase each other around. But Bugsy likes to go over and visit Joel. Bugsy also likes to visit Jimmy. Gets a little bit more complicated there, but Bugsy likes to hang out with Jimmy, the little boy in my book. And he likes to hang out with Honey Bear and Scooter. He just likes hanging out with everybody. Hangs out with Max the turtle. But mainly he likes being alone or being with Joel. More circles. Max is kind of the kind, balanced character. And when he gets upset, or he sees somebody who's upset, he teaches them how to get calm. When Max is upset, he goes in his shell. Or he needs to feel safe, or have a quiet space, he'll go in his turtle shell. Just more circles till we're done. And that's kind of cool. He'll meditate. He'll sit quietly and listen to his breathing, and it helps him sort through why he's upset. There we go. To our roof. I think we're going to add a second line here to indicate wood. Like this is, the wavy line is indicating tar, so we're going to draw a second line really close underneath. You see it? Straight line coming down. Ooh, and we forgot the underside of this roof. There it is, right there. That line, we forgot that one. Okay, got Bugsy's house. And I don't think we're going to do too much more detail to it, because we want to keep this so you can color it, you can photocopy it, and do it again and again. Why don't we, I want to add a couple more lines around the door frame. Just like that. Why don't we take our scissors and cut. Remember, not cutting right on the black line, just cutting near it. Have that piece of grass sticking out. So, yeah, in my stories, when Jack gets wild and goes after it, when Jack starts getting angry, because he's an angry little bunny sometimes, when he starts to get in a mood, somebody gets hurt, your feelings get hurt, whatever, Max will teach them how to calm down, because Jack can sometimes bully other characters. So Max will show the characters who have been on the receiving end how to just stay calm. Whereas Bugsy will come and just lay on them, try and cuddle. Try to make it better. There we go. Bugsy's house. It's kind of tall, so I don't think our the little rolls we make will be a particularly good idea. I think we need something stronger. Let me see. I have toilet roll holders. Empty toilet paper rolls. So I'm just going to take that. I think we need, so this is very, very high. So why don't we do some quick engineering here. Let's take a piece of paper to help reinforce this. This is on the fly, once again. We'll take kind of a longish piece of paper. We're going to glue it inside the toilet paper roll. I always keep toilet paper rolls by my desk, just in case. Let's stand this up for a sec. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll work well. So I glued the piece of paper in the toilet paper roll. I'm going to glue the other side of the piece of paper sticking out. And glue this side. Not too much glue because it'll make the paper wrinkly. Because we're always using scrap paper. We're using what we have. Glue that there. I've got 2 toilet paper rolls. Get the toilet paper off of this one. I think we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to do the same thing. Cut another piece of paper, another piece of scrap paper, kind of long. You don't need much. You just need enough to make this thing stand up. Glue the back of it. Glue it to the toilet paper roll. Oop, that's too high. And glue this side of the toilet paper roll. Not too much glue because it'll make the paper wrinkle. It'll make it wrinkle. I think I want to glue it. I know this is funny. The way I've done it is strange. I think I also want to glue it to to my toilet paper rolls so that it really stands up strong. So I'm going to do that. Whoop. Yep, now it's sticking. There we go. Bugsy's boat. It's Bugsy's house.